Our own David Nazar joins us now with much more on this conversation.
Rick and Elizabeth, you might say the Los Angeles Unified School District is, well, one giant Rosetta Stone. For me, it's probably Spanish for dummies. That's another story. My point is, as most folks know, it's a lot easier teaching a new language to a child than it is an adult. And that's what LAUSD has been trying to do, have its kids be both bilingual, able to speak and write two languages, and biliterate, having their students read and write two languages. Now, it's certainly no easy task when you consider the Rainbow Coalition of languages spoken at the district. Take a walk through Los Angeles. It's like taking a tour of the United Nations building. There are so many languages being spoken out here. And in this downtown LA area, in just a few mile radius, there are so many ethnicities and cultures being represented. There's Little Tokyo near here in the Alameda 3rd Street area. There's Little Armenia to the north of us around Hollywood and Western. Little Ethiopia is just west of here on Fairfax between Pico and Olympic. And then there's two of my favorite places because of my heritage. The Fairfax district on Fairfax Boulevard, that's the Jewish quarter in between Wilshire and Santa Monica. And the most recent addition to the Los Angeles language lore, Little Persia on Westwood Boulevard in West LA. Of course, no matter where you are in this great city of angels, well, you could just as easily be in most any Spanish-speaking country in the world. The Los Angeles Unified School District is a microcosm of this city. Did you know there are almost 100 languages spoken among the 650,000 students at LA Unified? And while LAUSD is a blend of diversity and culture, the multilingual student body also presents many challenges for the district. Almost 1 in 3 students at LAUSD is classified as an English learner. That's about 200,000 students who need to learn English. Spanish accounts for about 85% of the language spoken at the district other than English. The other most reported languages are Armenian, Korean, Filipino, and Chinese. Also, students speak Farsi, Vietnamese, and Russian. For years, many critics of the district have claimed that it is this lack of proficiency in the English language that is part of the reason LA Unified continues to have low test scores, a high dropout rate, and a poor graduation rate. Because of these struggles with the different dialects and fusion of communication, LAUSD has redesigned a unique approach to helping students known as the Dual Language Bilingual Program.
The goals of these two programs are that our students are both bilingual and biliterate, and I want to emphasize biliteracy because we know that in our global society we're going to need students to have those skills. Additionally, we want students to be able to identify with their own identities, with their culture, their heritage, communicate with their families, and those that are learning the target language to also be able to communicate with speakers of that language.
Take a look at 3 Los Angeles schools doing significant work teaching youngsters within the program. The school you see here is GRATT'S Learning Academy for Young Scholars. GRATT'S is a Spanish transitional bilingual program.
Well, these are all Spanish-speaking students, and it's a 30 class, and what they do is that they learn in Spanish, and then they transfer what they know into English.
So basically they're gaining all of their knowledge in their native language, which is Spanish, and then eventually they'll be completely proficient or fluent in English?
Yes, that's the goal, for them to use their primary language to access English.
Now take a look at Cahuenga Elementary School. Cahuenga is different because it offers 3 programs in what's called Korean Dual Language, Korean Maintenance Bilingual, and Spanish Transitional Bilingual.
We are the first school in the world to have a Korean English dual language program. And the students in this class are in 3rd grade, so they have had participated in this class since kindergarten. They're receiving instruction in both Korean and English. The students who are Korean students, they're learning English and learning from the modeling of students who are not Korean. And the opposite is true for the English-speaking students. They're learning Korean.
And this is City Terrace Elementary. City Terrace provides a Chinese dual language program. Students learn in Chinese and English. 10-year-old Seth Sills is part of the classroom, and he certainly knows what he wants to do with his fluency in Chinese.
If you learn more languages, you can go more around the world and learn stuff, and you can get better jobs, because like in China, they have good jobs, and you can get lots of money out of it.
a true capitalist, a true entrepreneur.
When students' identities or who they are is prominent in the classroom or in their school site, it gives them a sense of belonging. Students need to know that they are seen, that they are understood.
Well, I guess you could say at LAUSD being different is the norm. It's a new standard. It's really great to see. You know, Rick and Elizabeth, that really is an amazing program. Although I am going to say one thing and play a little bit devil's advocate, because I did speak to many other people who don't like this program, particularly in the Korean community. They're saying, listen, we need to teach our kids English and English only and immerse them in English. And they believe that maybe they would see better test scores or things wouldn't be doing so poorly at LAUSD if they focus only on English and not the other languages.
There's a real debate there. I was just going to say, I can't believe I just recognized a little boy in one of your classrooms, Camilo, and I will tell you, his father is Korean, his mother is Colombian, born in Colombia, and at home, the kids speak Spanish, Korean, and English, and his English is very good.
Well, and Seth, that kid in the Chinese class, I want the guy's number. I think I'm going to go work for him. But you know, that's the point. In some ways, it seems like LAUSD has enough hard time just teaching the kids the basics, and you know, and again, it's the argument, if the transitional or the bilingual helps a kid learn the language so they can learn better, that's one thing, but some of it almost looks like they just want to teach them a second language when, you know, am I right or wrong?
Well,
about
that's
that?
a debate. In closing, not to take too much time, obviously, to be a player on the world stage, we need to know 2, 3, 4 languages like kids in Europe or in the Far East do. However, with that said, you have to stop the bleeding at some point at LAUSD, and people are saying, forget about learning all these other languages, just teach everyone English so they can do well in school. But suffice to say, it was an amazing program, and the folks at LAUSD are wonderful in what they're doing with these kids.
It is remarkable.